signal steady. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Monday morning here in the bush. Leopard tracks. And sorry we're late. Software glitches after losing power last night, having power failure, having to restart things this morning. Trying to get it all up and running, and I was using a little bit of time while we were getting everything running just to come across a crossing on the river, not only where there were leopard tracks but also where we don't get signal. But now everything should be good. I'm hoping that maybe these cats are somewhere. They've been up and down this road. So, welcome to Thornybush Private Nature Reserve. My name is Mark, Becky on camera. Cats should be going up strong. It looks like down, more than up. Very strong wind throughout most of the night last night. It has swept, the wind has swept the road clean. All the roads really, so any tracks that one finds are pretty new. This, as far as I'm aware, is bushwallow. What do they call it? Monarch. Scared. Looks like that's where I lost the track. Might have got scared. Tell me when the signal's steady again. Answering Anne's question about a lion establishing his own territory. And it's not really easy for him to go off and find a territory or find a place where he can establish a territory and then call for females, and maybe some nomadic females will hear him eventually and come along and find him attractive, and he can then start his own pride. But that doesn't really work that way. What happens is, most of the time within lion society, the young male reaches the age where he is maturing enough that he shouldn't be around the pride, because the females within his pride are going to be his sisters, whether they're siblings from the same litter or just related to him through the father, or because the mothers are related and females are both his cousins or his sisters. But anyway, inbreeding. Alright, there's the saddle-bull nest. I don't know, maybe we're not supposed to be on this road. I remember reading something about not being on this road when the saddle-bulls are nesting. That's why we're only seeing one. And that's the male. We see the female at that pan all the time, and in the evenings I see her flying this way. I need to remember take this road. There's quite a nest up there. Oh, let's not disturb too much. Here we go. Yep. So when a young male lion leaves a pride, very much the same as what he has done, what it appears that he has done. It could be that he has done it. We don't know yet. We can only tell as time moves on whether he's going to rejoin or whether he's going to move on. No way of knowing what is going to happen. But it is around about this age, around 3-4 years old, that a male, or if he had brothers, he would be with his brothers and they would head out, become nomadic, and then the time that he wanders around for you see this road is supposed to be closed, that's why there are trees across it. And then I ended up moving that tree. Oh well. I'll get back to the lion thing again. Going, and there's the tractor that's driving over tracks all the time. Two young giraffe boys, and a wild African tractor. See how close we can get to these two little boys. Spooked with the tractor in the distance. Oh, all the green pigeons in the squarry bush. Morning, boys. So, just like a young male lion, these young boys have to spend some time on their own and grow up a little bit. Very handsome young fella, the one on the right. There's that bush in the way. Move forward a bit. Without the poles. Really. Pity. The power lines. This radio's making a noise. Slowly warming up a little bit. Just about feel the sun when we stop. Getting quite cloudy. I think it was Costa was asking about how lion form coalitions. I was worried about talking about lion in front of these two little boys. I'm just going to I don't want them to learn some tricks of the trade, A bit different in the horn shape of the two boys. One on the right, a very thick horn. You see those bolus going down and coming up. And he's chewing. Costa. Carlo? No? Who was that, Brian? Coalitions of males generally are brothers or pride mates. Brothers from the same father but maybe different mothers. You generally get females within a lion pride. You generally get them giving birth around about the same time, so that the cubs are generally about the same age. Not always that's the case, but generally speaking they're relatively close in age, so that you don't get older cubs dominating the younger cubs when the younger cubs are being weaned. But being a behavioral thing, there are all sorts of combinations of how that works out. for more boys. I'm still crisscrossing trying to find tracks of that male. Did come up this way. I'm not sure where he went. Oh. Bye, boys. Suddenly decided they wanted to leave. Linda wants me to relate a story of some time ago. This is in relation to, I think, Kevin's question about getting stuck. Bye-bye, giraffe. Next time, stand where there are no lines, power lines, boys. Learn that. Linda wants me to relate the story of when I got stuck. Actually, Linda, it wasn't a herd of elephants. I got stuck in the mud going after some rhino one day. And it had just been raining quite hard, and I knew I probably shouldn't have been down there. I think Suzanne was with me on camera. Got the Land Rover so bogged down, we called in a tractor to come and help us. The tractor got bogged down. They came in with his car. Carnaby by 4, that almost bogged down, and then eventually we had to leave the tractor and the camera vehicle, which was the Gunda at the time. We had to leave them overnight and come in the next day with a 4x4, a four-wheel drive tractor, and eventually that managed to get them out, all the other vehicles out. So much for getting warmer. It's not getting warmer. Look at the road that channels the wind straight up from the south. This cold air is probably coming in from snow in KwaZulu-Natal, the Lesotho, Swaziland. I guess there's quite a bit of snow elsewhere. So I wonder, should we try favorite roads? Poke around Dingon Dam. Oh, the seagulls gone. Juvenile seagull. For them, much food for them there, although they're still chewing the cud. But with this wind, the wind makes so much noise in the trees that they wouldn't be able to tell where danger is coming from. So to stand out in the open like that, they're at least assured that with the eyes looking everywhere, they're going to find danger. But I'm sorry to move off now. Incredible stalk. female, I think. Yeah, the female from the nest we saw earlier today. As we started around. I'm not coming closer. He's got that quite a gash over the old gash. And a scar on his neck. Looks like he's got a few lion scratch marks on his rump as well. So he's been around the block a few times. I guess we're going to buy. Goodbye. And we'll see you later. Funny how he turned his back on us.